Welcome back to Rated Radio, I mean Banter Bar, with your hosts, Raven Alexander and Shane Wyndham. This is some semi-random shit. You are actually here for a monumentous occasion tonight.
And what monumentous occasion is that?
Well, we have some pretty heavy, my daughter's crying her ass off right now.
I love your parenting. You're down here drinking with me.
Hey, she's in good hands up there. So we have some pretty heavy stuff, some shiners, some kind of wintry beers, very heavy, very flavored. And we also have two brews from Mountain Fork Brewery, which is local to where we are at the moment. And it is a lovely brewery. Beaver's Bend, you've been fucking up. I love your brews, but I can't go in there and buy bottles anymore. What is that? You have two fridges and neither of them have your beers for sale. Anyway, rambling.
Yeah, as always.
I didn't just record an IPA episode, I promise.
I recorded soda, so.
Why don't I let you read the questions since
my dyslexic
then
ass.
I can make fun of you.
Got it.
And also, I do less talking. First up, Shiner's Toasted Amber Lager.
Alright, so our question is, what's the most boring show you've ever watched the entirety of?
And Eric, if you're watching, this is a specialty beer. Most of these are, so you're not going to be able to just go out and get most of them. But still, if you do, this is 4.5% alcohol by volume.
I love that you specifically directed that towards my dad. Like he wasn't just standing right fucking here like 2 seconds ago.
Well, he's not here right now, so I want him to know. Because that's very important to him. This one smells good. Very coppery, caramel, a little bit of malt. I'm afraid it's going to be overly spiced. I'm sorry. I have chapstick all over my fucking mouth again.
It's beer.
What wonderful input you have.
It's definitely beer.
It is. It's got some American punch.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to weigh really heavy on you. It's definitely very light. The taste will dissipate after a very short amount of time.
So it doesn't hang around.
No. I could definitely see drinking something like this. This probably wouldn't be like this is it tonight.
Yep.
It's probably a matter of it's being handed out and you're like, I'm not going to say no to it.
Yeah, the front of the can said lightly toasted barley and their finest hops. And I think that's pretty on point. Like the name might lead you to believe it's going to be something over the top and crazy, but it's not. Mm-hmm. It's a shiner that's got kind of a winter vibe. You know, You're in the cold, you're around the fire. This is good. It's not this heavily spiced thing.
I don't know if it's just me, which it probably is, but I'm getting like nuts. I'm getting like a nut.
It's, I think, just the toasting of the barley.
I was specifically thinking like a hazelnut.
Okay. No, I don't get hazelnut. Okay. And I love hazelnuts, unlike somebody.
I don't like hazelnut coffee. I love like a hazelnut spread.
Oh, okay.
But not like coffee. It smells like popcorn.
You love a nut spread.
I love a good nut spread.
Great. Something I was going to say is if you like just American beers and you're used to, your corner store beers, your gas station beers, I wouldn't normally recommend Shiner to you, but this is going to play well to your tastes, I think. Because underlying the amazing Shiner quality is that American beer. It's just a little darker.
Since we're promoting the other brewery, I think I need to turn my glass because it says Beaver's Bend on one side.
It's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with promoting them. It's
we're
just
in
if you
Oklahoma.
go there, you're not going to be able to get a beer. So.
The color of this is not a beer. I've been drinking vodka cranberries, so why not a little more alcohol?
Did you put the top back on my cup?
I did. I would give this a 5. It's decent. Not terrible. Not something I'm going to seek out on my own.
You got me all freaked out. You messed with my workstation. And I'm behind the bar, and that's... Do you have any idea?
What do you mean? Do I have any? Your process?
Like if you worked at a bar and you messed with somebody's like setup.
No.
Like if you moved their work soda to a different place because you thought.
Oh, I imagine they would be pissed.
It'd be weird. You'd feel like somebody.
Some people would get pissed.
Pissed in your cup or something, and whatever.
You deal with some cruel people, don't you?
I didn't. I've already forgotten this. All your bullshit.
I feel like you're just using me as an excuse to drink more.
Yeah, you're my scapegoat.
I mean, have you met my parents? I'm their reason to drink all the time.
6.
Alright, what is the show that you finished in its entirety, but it was the most boring?
Why don't you go ahead and answer? I know my answer, I just don't want to hear about it yet.
I have a tendency to drop off TV shows at a certain point if it really is not good. Like, I started The Walking Dead, it lost me after the whole, Glenn, Negan, Abraham crap, which I'm sure it lost a lot of people, but it's still on the air.
It's gotten quite a bit better lately, by the way.
But I think it's only been one season of it. I was really disappointed in the ending of, at least the first season. They haven't come out with the second season. Bridgerton.
Okay.
I watched Bridgerton, and there's this gossip lady called Lady Whistledown that like tells everybody shit. And after the first season, it is revealed who Lady Whistledown is, and they could have played it out for a long time. And then the person that they revealed who it was, I was very disappointed.
I'm bored just listening to you talk about
Exactly, right? Okay, so up until that point, Bridgerton was good, but after that, it's like, yeah.
Queen's Gambit.
Really?
Did not like it. And I love chess. I love chess movies, usually.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing. I was bored by it.
Okay. My dad loved it.
Yeah.
He told me to watch it.
My sister loved it. I think probably all of my sisters loved it too. I just haven't talked to all of them about it. Most people seem to really love it. I did not. I don't know why. Didn't get into it. Wasn't feeling it. Never moved me. Felt kind of empty. Next beer is the Crumpet from Mountain Fork, which is I always want to say it's Han. Are you about to sneeze?
I was, but it went away.
What the fuck?
It's the cruelest thing that can ever happen to someone.
We are supposed to drink this with our pinkies up, according to your dad.
Okay.
This is an English-style brown ale.
Is it above $10? Because my dad... Okay. So I was going to say, any beer above $10, my dad's like, it's a fancy beer. Or what does he say? Fussy pussy.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
It's a Cheech and Chong joke. It's before your time.
Good.
It's kind of before my time, too, but I grew up hearing about it, so... No, I will say this. We went to Mountain Fork earlier, and I bitched because we got those $10 beers, which we said we would get again if we ever came back, and we did. And I felt ridiculous buying it the first time anyway. Mm-hmm. Your dad talked me into buying a 4-pack of $10 beers because they were $5 off. So it was only $35 for the 4.
This is why you don't go shopping with him. He will talk you into spending your money every time for his personal gain.
I mean, to be clear, I'm probably going to drink 3 of those. So.
All right, our question is, what foods do you refuse to eat? My fat ass is being asked this question.
Oh, it's like, how do you eat your own ass?
I'm sure someone has eaten their own ass. He doesn't trust me that I read it right.
Oh, I just didn't hear you.
He did not listen. I touched you. Sorry. All right. What foods do you refuse to eat? Let's ponder that while we drink this.
Should probably talk about it. Kind of pointless now that I tasted it.
Wait. No.
Pinkies. I have my pinky up while I smell it. How about that? Okay, see, it's all fucked up now. It's all fucked up. I don't know what it smelled like because the taste is quite heavy.
Oh, it smells like...
So when they say English brown, I'm thinking like English hops, not English barley. But it's clearly heavily toasted English barley. And it's almost a black. It's more coffee note than it is caramel.
That's exactly what I was smelling. It definitely is strong coffee. John coffee.
It smells like something.
The Green Mile.
That's not what it smells like. John coffee.
Have you ever smelled John coffee?
No.
How do you know he doesn't smell like this?
He's frying! He's frying!
He killed him with their love for each other.
Again, Corey, after we first saw that movie, he would not stop. Running around the house.
Was he identifying with that?
Barbecue!
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah. What's his name that plays him?
This is really bothering me, by the way. The smell on the top is almost like black licorice, maybe root beer, somewhere in that vicinity. What was the question you asked me?
Oh, what was his name, the guy that played him?
John Coffey?
No, that's Michael Clark Duncan.
Who's dead now, right?
Yes, he's dead.
We're not dead, so we're going to be happy instead of sad. You were a great actor, Mr. Duncan.
He's dead. I don't think he's going to hear you.
I'm talking to his ghost.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's an old lady in the safe over there.
What's the name? Grams?
It says in the memory of Grams, and it's like an old-timey, like...
Vault.
Victorian... not Victorian.
Like
vault.
triple spin wheel.
With a padlock on it. In memory of Grams, and I'm pretty sure Grams is still in there.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
They did say this place was haunted. Maybe it's Grams. Anyway. Yeah, I get a lot of coffee with this.
I can't stop smelling it.
This is heavier. I do tend to gravitate more towards like the amber-ish ales. I do love good coffee. So this isn't terrible. I would say it's probably forgettable for me. The most memorable thing about this is the coffee notes in it.
Yeah, the coffee is actually good. It doesn't taste ruined like a lot of coffee beers. I think that's because it's not brewed with coffee. It's just brewed with a toasted grain. But what it reminds me of is a cold brew coffee that has some sort of licorice mixed into it. I'm a big fan of coffee, big fan of licorice. Don't like them together. Don't love them together, is what I should say.
You don't drink coffee, though.
Yeah, I drink decaf.
You have decaf coffee at the house?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I love the coffee.
I mean, I keep decaf coffee in my house for you when you come over. See, that's how much I love him. I keep decaf coffee.
I'm going to give it a 5.
I love it. I just said I love you. There's video evidence of it.
I'm sorry.
Completely disregards my love. I take it back now.
I'm trying to do a beer show, not worry about how many I love yous have been passed back and forth between us.
Oh, it's completely one-sided. Let's not.
Not going to argue because it's true. I feel love. I just don't always speak it. Not the sad bastard you make me out to be. Foods we refuse to eat. I was ready to crack the next beer.
Foods we refuse to eat. I don't think we really... I mean, there's foods that you can't eat. So therefore you refuse to eat them because you can't eat them. I'm not allergic to anything. You have allergies.
Okay, so... Yeah, I can't have raw shiitake mushrooms, but apart from that, like if I'm ordering grasshoppers, mealworms, you're going to eat them?
I've eaten grasshoppers with you.
You'll eat the bomb hot sauce or...
Yeah, we've done that.
Okay.
Yeah. I might be like shitting myself, but yeah, I've done that. You know what I won't eat? I won't eat anything alive. There's some live tentacle sushi out there where it's like moving and you still have to eat it. I don't want to eat anything live just because...
You mean you don't want to eat anything that's still got active nerves?
Yes. Yeah, I don't want anything that seems alive. I don't want to eat live mealworms. But the dried shit, yeah, I would eat that. I think I have eaten it, honestly. But I'm pretty much an open book. I mean, the bar is blocking a lot of this, but...
I'm fully ready to be refusing to eat meats, like actual killed something for the meat, because I want the lab-grown meat. I love meat, so it's not off the menu. But I do find myself, I don't want to order veal off a menu
Yeah, I don't think I would do that either.
Like there are the egg things too, the delicacies where they like almost completely grow the chicken.
Bullock or whatever.
I don't know what it's called. It's just
like
fucked up.
The duck embryo.
Yes.
Or the eggs that they put in the ground and they like come out black because they've said, yeah, I don't think I would eat those. I think you're absolutely right because like bullock or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, not Sandra Bullock. It's got feathers, it's got all sorts of stuff still on it. I would not eat that. And I have eaten lamb, but I don't feel great about eating lamb.
Pickled pig's feet, maybe? I would try it, so I can't say I'd refuse it, but I doubt that I would eat it more than once.
I would imagine it would be like extremely chewy, just sitting and...
This is gross. Let's move on. They do that with like chicken feet or rooster feet or something too. Shiner's Trail Ale, which is a trail mix inspired ale. It is an ale brewed with chocolate, nuts, dried fruit, and with natural flavors added. It is 6% alcohol by volume. This one was 5.5% alcohol by volume, also known as ABV.
Yeah. Never heard of that before. I think you taught my dad something substantial because now he's saying ABV and he thinks he's so educated.
Well, it's because to figure out how much alcohol is in something, you have, I think it's a hydrometer. It's like a flask that you pour full of your beer before it ferments. And you spin the hydrometer in it, you get the gravity, like how it floats, to what number it floats to. And then once the sugars are eaten through it, what does it go through? And you do this multiplication process. And alcohol by volume. How much of the volume is alcohol, which you know based on the gravity reading that you got from your hydrometer.
I'm just here to drink.
You didn't know it was going to be school today. It's totally school.
I didn't. I just came to drink.
It won't stop, I swear.
All right, Eddie Murphy. In Raw. If you've ever seen Eddie Murphy's Raw, we need to talk. It reminds me of some sort of candy. Cowtails.
Don't none of y'all nice people be looking at my ass now. Totally not what he says. It smells like candy?
Yeah, like cowtails. Have you ever had cowtails?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of smells like cowtails to me.
I'm actually picking up everything. Chocolate, nuts, dried fruit. Don't fucking Eddie's dad me right now.
Lily cannot go outside.
And that's why she loves me, is because I act like that motherfucker when I get good and drunk.
Your wife? Who?
Eddie's dad.
Oh. Yeah, I talked about this.
The smell's kind of off-putting after a while.
I know it sounds super weird, but I think the reason why I say cowtails is cowtails are usually covered by some sort of caramel chocolate something, but specifically there's like an artificial cream inside of cowtails, and I feel like I smell a sweetness here.
It's the raisins. If you've ever had chocolate-covered raisins, that's a lot of what comes through here. If the nut was liquid.
What was it? My mom's favorite jingle. Goobers and Raisinets.
What the fuck?
So she's chocolate covered candy. I used to get Raisinets when we would go to the movie theater. The people behind the counter would look at me like, this fucking 7-year-old is like 88 because she's asking for Raisinets.
And your mom standing behind you singing the jingle.
Goobers and Raisinets. Yeah.
Most likely a true story. So, another true story, I have trail mix upstairs that has chocolate-covered raisins in it, and it is my least favorite part of that trail mix. This tastes pretty good for what it is. I don't like the smell. I could not drink a bunch of it. It comes across like a chocolate soda after a while.
Yeah. Float. Would you float this?
I think I could.
I think I could too. It's heavy. It's not something that you want to drink like recreationally.
I totally threw up in my mouth a little just now.
Okay, that's not a great sign of a good beer. Okay. But I could totally put like a hunk of vanilla ice cream in this. and it'd be just fine.
Yeah, it needs something other than just its beer itself. So a float might be perfect.
I give it a 6. I think it's good. It needs something else.
I'm going to agree. With the understanding that you couldn't drink a lot of it, so. Or maybe you could if you're just crazy about goobers. The fuck. Next up, lava.
Oh, no. Take it back. Take it back.
Man.
Brochacho.
God damn, you keep me talking a lot about some bullshit.
Which serial killer has the best nickname? I already have
Did
mine.
you even read that?
No, because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. I have mine. I'll go ahead and go.
Of course you have yours.
But
You've been knowing the question.
It's a simple answer.
I've been over here, goobers.
You're going to be thinking about it the entire night. The Zodiac. Badass.
Okay.
The Zodiac. Nobody knows. Still a mystery. Although some people think it's Ted Cruz. Timeline doesn't add
Yeah,
up.
I'm going to go with no.
Timeline doesn't add up, guys.
No.
But I don't want to shatter your dreams. You people think what you want to think.
It's biased. I'm going to admit that straightforward, but the Iceman.
From Dexter? No, that's the Ice Truck Killer. Who's the Iceman?
Richard Kuklinski, I
Not
think is
where
his
I thought
name.
You were gonna go.
Which not only is there a movie, which has some amazing acting in it, there's also a documentary series that was filmed of interviews with him talking about his murders. Yeah, the Iceman.
Is that the Making a Murderer?
No.
No.
Making a Murder is an innocent motherfucker that's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back to jail, and he's probably still innocent. His nephew is most definitely innocent. It's a bunch of bullshit. Maybe you disagree. I'm sorry. We can't actually know. Whatever.
My backup answer would have been the Night Stalker, just because.
I was surprised you didn't say it to begin with.
No,
You're fucking your girl hard on over there for the motherfucker.
The Night Stalker? What do you mean?
I'm just thinking of
Girl hard
American
on?
Horror Story is what I'm thinking of.
Excuse me. If we really want to get an American Horror Story,
Excuse me, let me just.
there is a ton of people that they touched on, including H.H. Holmes, which I could have said that, but he doesn't have a cool name. So, the Zodiac, which was also in American Horror Story. Thank you.
And you're attracted?
I'm not attracted to anyone. I just think the name is cool.
Uh-huh.
No one knows who the Zodiac is. How am I going to be attracted to the Zodiac?
The Night Stalker.
Oh, Richard Ramirez? No. Fuck no. You should
Lies.
know. You should know me.
Fucking lies.
No, you should know me better than that. Are you kidding? No.
Saloon Door Brewing gave us Lava, which is an Imperial hot rock beer. It's 11%.
That's a scary ass can. What is the worst experience you've had with identity theft?
Okay. So I don't know what a hot rock beer is. I know Imperial is a character in beer I do not like. A very malty hop.
You said hot rock, and all I can think of is he's my broad on a hot rod, hot rod.
I don't know it.
You should do it, salt and pepper. It's shoot.
Oh.
Get educated. It's not like you have a
Some songs I don't actually know the random lyrics to.
It's not like you have a podcast where you talk about music with me.
It smells Imperial. It also smells somewhere between a red and a brown. Maybe a Bach. It's going to hit with caramel notes and be very malty.
You ready for this? Okay, first of all, you say caramel.
Notes.
What is wrong with you? No, caramel, not caramel.
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 Caramel?
Caramel.
C-A-R-M-E-L, is that what you... Caramel?
Caramel. There are two different ways to say it. Caramel, caramel. You always say caramel.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people where we're from say caramel, right?
Yeah. I'm not from here.
Okay. Whatever you say. Raspberry.
Much like Lil Wayne. I am not a human being. Raspberry?
Raspberry and caramel.
Okay. Wait till you taste it.
Oh, yeah. No. Nope. Doesn't stick around, though.
Take a Shiner Bock, throw in, what'd you call it? Like a melted caramel candy. And
chocolate covered candy.
And this is going to sound like some dessert drink, and I don't mean for it to, because I don't enjoy it as much as I want to. But then take the like the chalked up insides of a Whopper.
Throw it in here.
Malted like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, this is a 4 for me. This is forgettable. It's not unpleasant.
5.
But it's definitely forgettable.
So, ignoring the identity theft had to do with one of my exes, I will talk instead about the other worst identity theft experience I had, which was someone got into my email account, and of all the things they had access to, they got into the AT&T system and ordered themselves a new iPhone. Now, I contacted AT&T. They didn't seem to care. This phone got delivered. They have the address of the people who ordered this fucking phone after stealing my AT&T login information because I had a free phone in my account. So it didn't cost me anything. They didn't care. They never did anything about it. Nobody did.
Yeah, for me, it's not even serious with the identity theft. I have experienced identity theft. Both me and my spouse, Blue, have experienced it. Target is not great with their security systems.
So much for the Target sponsorship.
Yeah, that went out the window. Love Target. They're not great with their security, and my identity got stolen because I charged my card at Target. And there were people up in northern United States, I can't even remember what state, but I think they stole a couple $100. Luckily, through the banks, we get notifications of fraudulent charges, and we don't really lose any money. But it's still scary as shit to experience that. We have experienced it multiple times with Blue. I don't know why. Me, it was only really once, and it was because of a Target charge. Him, we've had to switch out his card information several times. I don't know if it's gas pumps or what. By the way, check your gas pumps when you go up to the little credit card machine. J-Lit.
Are you trying to give every life lesson right now?
I am. I mean, I want listeners to be informed.
What she's saying is don't shop at Target.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be careful. And know that when you're buying something at Target, your shit might get stolen. So, yeah, that's my story.
I do apologize. There's a little hidden room under the stairs, and for some reason, the kids just love to play in there. So, I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't know who's in there with Charlie.
I'm always the asshole.
It's okay. It could have been me. I'm just kind of stuck here.
Next beer is Shiner's S'more, which is a chocolate and marshmallow ale that is 5% alcohol by volume.
ABV. Our question is, which Super Smash Bros. Character is your favorite? It's so funny that we get this question because they're playing Mario Party upstairs.
Yeah, not the same game, but
not
I
the
get what you're going for.
Same characters. I literally chose mine earlier today. So
this thing is made with real Texas chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Shiner is a Texas beer, so we have Texas, Oklahoma.
But who out there is looking at beer cans thinking, I need that beer that's brewed with like Texas chocolate, not the fake kind, but the real kind?
No, there are people like that out there. I promise you. I only drink the local shit.
Well, that I get, but beer drinkers out there looking for chocolate from Texas?
Believe it or not, there are bigger beer snobs than you out there.
I'm not a beer snob.
I think some people would label you as a beer snob. For those that don't know other actual beer snobs.
Those people don't realize that when there's nothing else around, I will drink Keystone all night with my family just to have a good time. Yeah. Not to say you have to drink around my family to have a good time, but I mean, come on.
I feel like Corey should be here going, Keystone! Right here.
It might be. There's not much of a smell that comes off of it, but the little that does is very s'more in quality, in a good way.
Marshmallow.
Mm-hmm. Little bit of chocolate.
Marshmallow.
What I'm not getting is the graham cracker.
Graham cracker? Yeah, me neither. It's definitely chocolate marshmallow as the marshmallow overpowers the chocolate and it lingers longer.
I dig it. Not the best beer I've ever had or anything, but...
No, I think... what we've tried, I think I'd take this first, so I'm going to give this one a 7. It's pretty great. This is probably behind it, and I think it's the toasted quality a little bit. I'm
going to agree with the 7. It doesn't get up to an 8, but it has a very nice spice note to it. It's pretty unique, and the body of it is medium, which means that you could probably drink a few of these. I don't know that you'd want to drink an entire 6-pack unless you just really love marshmallow and chocolate in a beer. No, this is definitely one of those when you get together with a group of friends, kind of like the thing that we do. Shane will get a bunch of beers, interesting beers, which is kind of the premise for how Benjabar was created, is Shane used to buy a bunch of shit, and we literally sip on the same can, bottle, or whatever, and just taste it. And that, it reminds me a lot of that. This is a great beer for you to be in a room full of people and everybody go around and try it. Yeah. So. Great way to get to know strangers. What we're saying. Or even the people that you're close to or think you are. Yeah. You're going to find some shit out. And speaking of, I think we're about to find some shit out. Super Smash Brothers. We're not about to find some shit out. You even play? Yes! Are you... So offended. So offended. I should hit you. We played. Doesn't mean you like it. You know my character that I always pick because me and your son fight over it. Okay. It's Yoshi. It's always Yoshi. Okay. Yoshi. I don't know yours though because you do play Smash Bros. A lot more than me. And I take that back. If we're talking specifically Smash Bros., I'm either choosing Yoshi or Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff. I used to get my ass handed to me by your sister Jordan when she would play Jigglypuff, and eventually I caught on because Jigglypuff, number one, it's like hell to knock them off the map. Mm-hmm. I say them like their pronouns are they, them. Are you thinking of Kirby? I'm thinking of Kirby. Okay. Jigglypuff's also in there. Yeah. Kirby. If you're just looking for an easy-to-control character that has a lot of jumps, so it's hard to knock them away, has some pretty powerful, easy moves, Kirby. And Kirby is who I would beast through anything with. But if I'm trying to, show off and it's something that reminds me of my son and I just really want to get into the experience, it's Ness. Yeah, that bat. You don't fuck with that bat. It's not even the bat. I mean, it's great. And Kirby actually has the same thing that you can do. The longer you charge it, the further it goes, sort of thing. But Ness has multiple things that make it a really interesting middle ground character. But the fact that you can shoot lightning out of your head and then your character sits still and you can send it even underneath your own ass to knock yourself Doesn't he back say, up when you're done. Do you say that? Yes. Yeah, he does say that. That's always what I think about. Another character that should be slept on, Samus. Okay. Samus should not be slept on. Oh. Metroid in general shouldn't be slept on. Yeah, shouldn't be slept on. That's probably going to be my third character. If I'm looking to get real, not get cute, get real,
I'm going to pick Samus.
We have to make a no Kirby, no Yoshi rule is what I'm understanding. So anyway, maybe we'll try it later when we're all super fucked up.
We will.
Our final beer is going to be the 259 Ale from Mountain Fork, right here in Hatchetown, Oklahoma. Or somebody was asking me earlier, is it Hatchetown or is it
Hochatown?
Hockatown or
No,
something?
it's Hatchetown. It's definitely not Hochatown.
My response was, I don't actually know.
You ready for this? What's something you learned the hard way?
Everything.
Ah,
So I think it says
Pretty
pale
cool.
ale, right?
pale ale, yeah. 259 ale, pale ale.
This smells like an IPA. It is 4.9% alcohol by volume though, which makes me think it's got a lot of hop oil in it. It's just not brewed to the alcohol standard that you would expect in most IPAs.
Smell of that.
I'm smelling of that.
Smell of that.
It's almost good. It almost has a double quality, which I don't like. But there's underlying is this. It's like catfish river water. I've always loved about IPAs. You don't get it. You didn't fish. This is the strange.
First of all, yes, I did.
Of IPA.
I used to go fishing with my dad, but time out. I want a candle made of this.
Do you?
The smell. No? It's almost citrusy in a way.
Oh, citrus. It's like if you were going to stretch it, you could get to like fake leather.
No, I hate leather candles. No, I think it's more citrusy. It reminds me of something particular, like a dragon fruit. Dragon fruit and mint.
You say dragon fruit and mint. I'm thinking more durian.
Have you had durian?
I have had durian.
I've never had durian. And what is it, the stinkiest fruit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, maybe I like durian.
Taste it though. Okay. There's something really funky immediately up front for me in the mouth.
You know what it kind of tastes like? An orange that has gone bad.
Yeah.
An orange that got a little too soft. The rind was starting to... Like the clementines your mom brought on this cabin trip that we were on right now.
There is don't get me wrong. It's a well-made beer. And you can see it in the lacing. I can tell. It's got great character. The problem is that something about the hop that they're using really does have like this dirty sock, durian fruit.
Yeah.
Something is rotten.
Something is fermented.
If you let it sit
Not in
long
a good
enough,
way.
yeah, it's like orange peel that just rotted.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give that a 3. It's good to taste, not good to drink on a night of festivities.
It is smooth drying my mouth out. 2.
Oh, wow, damn. Bad. Straight up bad. Okay, well, that was a little nicer.
The problem is that there's something about the taste that goes a little beyond unpleasant. I don't hate this beer.
I think it's the way it sits in your mouth afterwards. You just feel, like I said, you feel like you ate a moldy piece of citrus, a moldy piece of fruit, and I'm leaning more towards an orange.
Let's say this. If you like durian and you know that, then this might actually be good for you, maybe even great. For me, it's a 2.
All right. What's something you learned the hard way?
Not to take another sip of that.
That's something you learned the hard way.
Wow. Mountain Fork, what the fuck? I mean, it's memorable, I guess.
I learned life doesn't owe you shit. No one owes you anything.
Well, life owes me a lot. An explanation for one. Fucking great.
I think you need to take that up with your mom upstairs. I think that's where you need to start. The world doesn't give a shit about you in general. You just kind of have to fight for yourself.
See, I'm not this cynical. I think Nature doesn't give a shit about you. A lot of our power systems in the U.S. don't give a shit about you, even though a lot of them pretend to or run on a platform of caring about you. Mm-hmm. Most people do care. They get beyond their angry little piddly shit and they look out for each other. And that's really heartening. But something I learned the hard way is what I'm supposed to be telling people, right? And I'm not doing that at all.
Before you do that, though, I want to piggyback off of what you said and let people know. The older that I get, the more my social circle gets smaller and smaller. And all I'm going to tell you is when you find someone that actually really and truly gives a shit about you, hold on to them with every fiber of your being. Put the work into those relationships because those relationships are going to matter tremendously. So, not to get serious, but whether it's family, friends, whatever, put the work into those relationships. If you want them to work, put the work in.
I'm trying to force my brain to go down a different path now because you went the exact opposite route of what I was thinking.
Okay.
Which is not to say you shouldn't put the effort into relationships that matter, because obviously you should. You shouldn't purposely try to fuck something up. But I think something that I learned the hard way is to be yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
Anyone who loves you is going to have to deal with you. And if they're not willing to, or they want you to change, or they're hoping for something else, you shouldn't be with them.
True.
There may be, a chance that they eventually accept you for who you are. And if you can see that quality in them, maybe keep pushing through friendship, whatever it is,
I've lost friends because, I'm sure sometimes the progression of life, you just grow in different directions. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you're not cheering them on from afar, and that's okay. Cheer them on from afar. But one thing that I usually tell people, and I'm no expert, but sometimes it doesn't matter how hard and how much you love someone, sometimes it's not meant to be.
Yeah. Nobody is ever going to be as important to you and your own happiness as you are. So if somebody doesn't get on board with who you want to be, there are so many other people out there. Don't make anyone everything to you unless that person wants to be everything to you and they prove that.
No.
Yeah, And you can be happy. You're going to be sad if you think this one person had to be it, and if they're not, then everything is over.
The last thing you want in any sort of relationship, whether it be friendship, romantic, is you resenting the other person for them not letting you be who you truly feel like you are or you want to be. Always be with the person that encourages you to be a better version of yourself.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. I'm still trying to think of something simple that I just learned the hard way.
I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit, and I think knowing when to let certain relationships go.
See, you're still clinging to the relationship thing. I was just trying to think of something simple, but I'm not going to get there. And that's all we have for tonight. So thank you for tuning in for another week. And we will see you next time, same place, for another round of
The Banter Bar.
I'm Shane Wyndham.
And I'm Rayburn Alexander.
Farewell, beer snobs. Listen to our podcast.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.
We did.
Holy motherfucker, I gotta pee!